Hello, welcome to your yoga class. Today we are going to get started. I'm going to have us start with a belly bolster 3 times the charm. So we've been doing this 3 times in a row, and I promise this will be the last time we do the belly bolster for now. We're going to be working on hips and hip openers, hamstrings, this kind of thing. So to start, let's get our blankets. Something to help prop you up for your bolster. So take your blanket, if it's in the half fold, fold it over once more, and then I like to fold it a 3rd time so it's skinny and longer, and then you can take that bottom edge and roll it about a turn or 2, depending on how big you want your bolster. And then we're going to just get right into it. So place your hands on the bolster, walk the knees back, and then lower the abdomen into the bolster. So about an inch or 2 above the pubis, below the belly button, just in that area there. So in Chinese medicine, these are really great blood building points on the midline here. So we're activating absorption and creating strong blood. So coming into our Sphinx pose, just place the tops of your feet evenly on the mat, and then walk your hands out into prayer position and rest your head face down until you feel like the nose is going to press into the earth, and then you're going to feel that pressure. You might feel a little bit of the bone of the bridge of the nose, and that's okay. And just breathe here, tucking the tail, widening the back, widening the heart, relaxing the whole body. And create a practice of surrender, serenity, non-doing, non-being, just an observer of your experience right now. Deepening the breath. And if you've been with me on this journey, you can tell how much the belly bolster has improved over the weeks, how you feel a little more easily, just dropping right into it, just relaxing. Take 2 or 3 more breaths here. Creating that wise pose of serenity in the face. And then walk the elbows back and place the left hand on the bolster, lift the hips, and just move the bolster over to the right side of the abdomen, just above the hip point and below the floating ribs. And then the right arm comes out straight, rest your head on the arm, and just press the bolster into the right side of the body. Hips are soft, legs are soft, slight knee bend on the left leg. And the heartbeat sensation is normal. Creating that constriction so that we can build fresh blood into the bloodstream and activate the healing mechanisms of the gut, activate the nervous system and the brain to calm. Just reminding our bodies of the fact that we have bodies, beautiful, amazing, intricate bodies that do so much for us. A couple more breaths here, appreciating your body here. And inhaling, coming back to center. Press into the elbows, right hand on the bolster. Scooch the bolster over to the left side of the abdomen. So in that pocket, inside the left hip, underneath the left ribs, at that soft left side. Left arm comes out straight, rest your head. Just softly coming over the bolster, top leg is bent. Take some breaths here. Invigorating the blood, invigorating the body. Connecting to the earth. Releasing any tension. Elongating the breath here. Nice deep inhale together. And exhaling. Releasing. Good. And then inhale, let's come to our elbows. Place the bolster center again on the abdomen, maybe a little bit lower. Elbows under the shoulders here. So level 1, 2, we're going to come into Sphinx pose, lifting the heart, tucking the tail, pulling the forearms towards the hips as we reach the length of the spine forward. And those of you level 2, 3 who want to take it another level, from here, bend the knees, grab the ankles, and press shins back. Shoulders back, down into Dhanurasana, both pose. So reach, reach, reach wherever you are. Lifting, lengthening, softening the heart. And exhale, press back into child's pose. Hands at the waist, knees bent, forehead down. Notice the absence of the bolster. Notice how the body feels. Tucking the tail. Take another inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, let's come to tabletop. Bring the knees together. Inhale, lift, lengthen, cow. Exhale, cat, round the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, cow, lift the hips, shoulders down the spine. Exhale, arch your back like a cat. Press the shins in, look at your navel. And then coming to a neutral spine. Notice how this feels in the side ribs, armpits, hips to arms. Tuck the toes under, press the heels back, coming into downward facing dog. Reach the hips back, sits bones back, pedal out the feet. Slight external rotation of the hands. Biceps are moving up towards the ceiling. Just some gentle pedaling out of the feet. Lift both of the heels, arching the feet and pressing into the ball of the foot. Pull the abdomen in, pull the low ribs in, and move the front of the torso towards the hips. And then exhale, Widen the shoulders. Press the heels back. Nice long inhale. And exhale down. Inhale, look up. Raise the right leg. Sweep it forward. Low lunge to the front of your mat. Look forward. Hold here. Pull the left hip up and into the right. Tuck the tail. Lift the arms. Low lunge here. Arms by the ears. Inner toe mound of the back leg is moving back. See if you can lengthen from the bolster place of the abdomen out the fingertips. Hands come down, look forward. Left foot comes up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Reaching to the stars. Exhale down. Hands to Samasthiti, our Anjali Mudra at the chest here. Think about your intention today and why you came to the mat today. Why does it matter? For what are you serving? Softening the heart, checking in, being with what is, creating that sense of love and compassion. And inhale, sweep the arms up again, reaching, lengthening, offering that intention to the universe. Exhale, forward fold. Drop the head, tuck the chin, squeeze the thighs. Inhale, lengthen the back from the strong base of the quads. And then exhale, take that shape, place the hands, right foot comes back. Low lunge, look up. Pull the right hip flexor up and to the left, pressing into that inner right toe mound. Tuck the tail and then sweep the arms next to the ears, low lunge here. Activate the back leg. Lengthen the side ribs. See if you can bring the shoulder blades down a little more and reach the chest a little bit. There's a tuck to the chin. Can we make our skull as long as our arms? And exhale, hands down. Let's take a vinyasa here. Coming into chaturanga. You can drop the knees if you wish. Or that push-up position, chaturanga, elbows by the waist. Sweep the shoulder blades down the back. Navel to thumbs. And then coming back into downward facing dog. So making any adjustments, follow your body in vinyasa. Maybe you need to do knees just chin on the first vinyasa, or take a child's pose before down dog, that kind of thing. Let's inhale the right leg long. Sweep it forward to the right wrist. Warrior one here. Arms coming up. Find your warrior one. It's maybe the first one of the day. Pull the right hip back. Reach the left body forward. And bend into that right knee. I'm mindful of the outside of my left foot. Pressing down into the mat. Really being the activation, the rudder for this pose. Hold opposite elbows, wrapping the shoulder girdle forward, the outer shoulder blades forward. Tuck the tailbone, and then open up to the side, and then twist across again. Still in our warrior one, twist the upper torso towards the right. Still keeping elbows. So really activating our core here instead of our arms to move the body. Warrior two here. Open up those arms to the left. Alternate your stance if you need. Sink into that warrior two, strong quads, internal rotation of the back leg. Lengthen the arms. Let's take a side angle here. Right elbow down, left arm by the ear. Pull the right hip towards the left heel. Again, let's lengthen. Let's bring that right arm by the ear again. This time on the side. See if you can pull the insides of the shoulder blades down as you lengthen the crown even longer. Don't forget about bending that right leg. Mind, body, and soul come into warrior two. Let's reverse that warrior. Exhale, frame the right foot. Take the vinyasa here. Looking forward. Elbows in. And make your way back to down dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, press the floor away. Abdomen, chest towards the inner thighs. Hip bones up. Inhale, lift the left leg. Sweep it forward to warrior one on the left. Right heel down, heels are lined up. Arms up. Find your leg position. So gently rotating the torso towards the front. Generous bend in the left knee. And then see if you can expand the legs wider in your mind's eye so that the right outer foot comes down and rudders that torso change. So grab opposite elbows and turn over to the right. Keeping openness in the groin, internal rotation. Pull the abdomen in and let's rotate this over to the left. So it's going to be, just 10 degrees, 15 degrees or so, but we're using our hip flexor, our obliques, our glutes, and the shoulder girdle to help create this rotation. And then let's come into warrior two. Open up the arms to the right. Bend that left knee. Widen that stance at the same time lifting up through the inner thighs, through Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Reach with the arms, get nice and long in the torso, left side, elbow to knee, side angle here, right arm by the ear. And then as you pull the abdomen in, tuck the tail, left hip to right heel, lift the left arm by the ear. Imagine you're holding a ball between your hands and you're reaching the back of the head towards that ball. Bend the left knee, lengthen with the breath, and exhale, frame the left, coming open into warrior two, reverse your warrior, lengthen the left side body, and exhale, frame the left foot, take a vinyasa here. Looking forward, open the chest, nice long neck, exhale back into down dog. Check in with yourself. Make any micro adjustments. Tap into your bolster area. And inhale, look forward and hop or step 2 big steps to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen, strong quads. Shoulders down the back. Forward fold. Let's take the peace fingers to big toes. You can heel toe your feet to about hips width. Elbows wide, tuck the chin. Engage the quads, lift the sits bones. Intense stretch here. So imagine in this forward fold, it's like this is a really great prep for handstand, where we free the upper body and get lighter in the legs. So see if you can imagine what would it be like if this were a handstand. And can you bring those shoulders up the back even more as your elbows go wide? So when we bring the shoulders up the back, we have a lot more space in the neck and the heart. Inhale, lift up halfway. Let's take this again. If you'd like to sweep your arms, your palms of your hand underneath the feet. Bring the middle finger to the heel, and then the toes come up the wrist. And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, elbows wide. Otherwise, just take a little bit of a deeper fold from where you were, whether it was with peace fingers or a version of the forward fold. Again, internal rotation of the legs, quadriceps engaged. Melt the heart. It's a slight cat tilt to the spine. And take your last breath here. And exhale, look up, release the grip in the hands. Heel toe your feet together if they were apart. Bend the knees, squeeze the thighs, arms by your hips. Let's sweep up gently into the standing postures. Tuck the tail, reach up, and exhale down. And of course, what's next? Chair. So keeping the legs together, squeeze the thighs, bend the knees, sweep the fingertips on the floor, almost touching, hips back, heels heavy, lift the chest long. Imagine it's like down dog, just with bent legs. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, place the hands, take vinyasa, right foot back, left foot back, plank, hop, elbows in, optional knees down. Take your back bend. And we're here in down dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Rotate to the outer edge of the right foot. Let's come into Vashisthasana. If it's hard to do the side plank here, you can pop that left foot in the middle of your mat, facing outward to press the hips up, or drop the bottom knee down. So I urge you to do what feels good for you. If this feels intense on your wrist, pull the bicep forward, shoulder blade down, lift the hips, and engage the core. Pull everything into the feet, look up. Exhaling, come back to plank. Drop to the elbows. Hold for 10 Tucking the tail, lengthening the chest, look forward. Shoulder heads back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to plank. Let's rock the heels over to the left. Take your variation. Raise the right arm. Lift the hips. Roll the bicep forward, shoulder blade down. And really engage those obliques to press the weight into the heel of the foot. That will help balance the body. Good. Exhale, plank pose. Take a vinyasa here. Turned my AC off, so I'm getting a little more sweaty this time, which is really good to purify the body. So it's important to sweat in the summer for health in the fall. Detox all those impurities. Inhale, let's lift the right leg, sweep it forward to the right wrist. Left foot comes in a bit, and we're going to pinwheel the arms open to the left side. Star posture, preparing for triangle. So front heel intersects the back arch, and then you're going to hinge the hips to the back of the room. Squeeze the quads up, engage those quads, lengthen the right waist, and then pivot from the waist up, looking towards your hand. Triangle pose. Trikonasana. It's almost like a back bend here. With a strong lift to the quads, safe hips. And then my favorite, half moon, left hand on hip, bend the right knee. Reach the left foot up, bringing your hand to a block outside of your right pinky. If you'd like to bend that top leg and grab the shin or the ankle into a back bend, go ahead. Otherwise, the work is going to be lengthening from the right hamstring, opening the chest. See if you can revolve to look up at that left hand. And exhale the left hand down. Let's take standing split. Square off the hips. Right hand to the calf behind the ankle. Hold it. Face in towards the inner calf as you raise the left leg higher. So bringing the abdomen up towards the diaphragm. Finding that cat posture that we did in our intense forward fold. And then exhale, reach back to a warrior, high warrior crescent. Square hips, back heel raised. Press that heel away. Find that stretch in the left quad. And sink a little deeper. Hands to heart center. Let's twist over to the right. Again, remembering that torso exchange when we took elbows. Use that torso to move yourself 20 degrees, let's say, until your elbow gets close to the outer knee. Hook that elbow, and then press everything away from the center. Nice long spine. Remember the bolster and the sides of the abdomen. See if you can lift the left side. Pressing back to the heel. Good. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, high star, right foot in, left foot in, onto the left side of the mat, hands together. Let's take Trikonasana to the left side. So left foot long, right ball of the foot comes in a bit, so the back leg is at a 45, the outer edge of the foot's 45-degree angle. Quads squeezing up and in. Lengthen that left side body as you hinge at the hip. Left hand comes down at the shin. And then again, tuck the tailbone, really strong lower abdomen, and then waist up. We're revolving towards the right hand. If you want to keep a micro bend in the lengthening the left leg, that can help to save any knee issues and just keep everything flowing. And then let's take it to half moon, right hand on hip. Left hand reaches out, hop up, and find the left hand outside of the pinky toe. Squeeze tailbone towards the back of the room. Revolve the waist. Take the bind if you took it on the other side. Strength and length. Sukha and sthira. Softness and strength. And then exhale. Let's take a standing split. Right hand comes down. Square the hips off. Left hand comes behind the ankle. Forearm behind calf. Tuck the chin. Lift the right leg. Little cat posture in the spine. Last breath. And then exhale, reach all the way back, coming into crescent. Sweep the arms up. Then find your crescent. Heel is lengthening. Ball of the foot is underneath the heel. We're pressing the right hip back as we tuck the tailbone to the left heel. Hands to heart center. Use the abdomen to revolve to the left. Find 20 degrees. Lean forward. And then hook that elbow without losing the right leg. And then once you have that hook, thumbs at the heart, lift and expand in all directions. Release the heart. Lengthen from the tailbone, back heel, keeping the stamina. When I press into my back heel, I notice my neck gets a little bit softer. See if that works for you too. Last breath. Exhale, crescent pose. And inhale, as you exhale, coming into warrior two. Inhale, hands together, left foot in, right foot in parallel. Let's take hands to hips for a forward fold. Inhale, lift, lengthen the chest. Exhale, strong quads, internal rotation of the legs. And then bring the head down. Let's bring our hands to shoulder width between the arches of the feet. And then lift the inner ankles. Sink the outer ankles. Drop the head further. I'm going to take my feet out a little bit wider so that the top of my head touches the floor. And then lift everything up. A light inversion here. If you'd like to go to tripod, headstand, go ahead. Bring one knee to the elbow and the other, or just lifting up both legs. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, rotate over to the right side, frame the right foot. And let's take a vinyasa here. Just gentle, paying attention. Cobra or up dog. Child's two. Let's take a moment in child's pose, just resting here. My toes are tucked under, my elbows are lifted. Another breath. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach the right leg back. Sweep it forward to the right wrist, pyramid pose. Left foot comes in about a foot. Make sure the heels are not overcrossed, so each heel has its own track, hips width. Hands on the hips, inhale, let's lift up. We'll find our reverse namaste, or you can take opposite elbows. This is going to facilitate a chest opening and a deeper hamstring stretch. If you're taking reverse namaste, you're going to bring the back of the hands to touch, and then roll towards the pinky side until you feel your palms begin to join. Fingertips, palms, and then eventually wrists. You can wiggle those pinkies up between the shoulder blades. So wherever you are, elbows wide, collarbone wide, shoulder blades down. And then I'm noticing my lower ribs are coming out. So tuck the tailbone, engage the core, draw those lower ribs in. Inhale, lengthen the neck. Exhale, left inner thigh back, pressing into our pyramid. Come to about halfway, so I don't want to see any rounding of the back. I'm feeling this at about halfway. And then squeeze the quads in, just like triangle. See if you can take it a little bit further without losing that chest opener. So can we get longer in the chest? Can the clavicle and the chin lead the way down the foot? Good. Squeeze everything back. Inhale, coming halfway. And then all the way up. Good. So we'll switch sides. If you give your arms a break. So reverse namaste, folks. Shake your wrists out. Let's bring the left foot forward, right foot back. Pyramid on the left side. Take the opposite elbow the weird way. If you took it the same, if you took elbows on the other side. Reverse namaste. Flip those palms, wiggle the pinkies up the back, and then tuck the tail, engage the core, lift and lengthen to the ceiling, and then squeeze the thighs up, right inner thigh back as we fold forward. So don't slack on the quads because that's what's really going to open the hamstrings. So I'm noticing I'm coming about 45 degrees or a little higher on this side. Engage the quads, lengthen the chest. See if you can bring it down a little further. Reaching with the chest. And when we reach with the chest, the neck doesn't have to work so hard. Inner thighs back. Find your position, and once you find that, let's breathe here for 3 breaths. Mind, body, and spirit. Yoking. Last breath. And exhale. Let's come all the way up. Good. And release. Woo. For the forearm stretch, that'll cure any carpal tunnel. All right. Let's take feet wider than the mat, heels in, hands to heart center, and we'll come into Malasana. Bend the knees, elbows to inner knees, drop the hips. Lift the chest. Squeeze in those knees to elbows, elbows to knees. That's going to relieve the back. It's going to relieve the tailbone. Options here are to put blanket under the heels. For that, if your heels don't fully, if you're tight in the Achilles tendon, this should feel nice and good. And then exhale, lift the hips. Let's come into a crow here. Lifting the heels, place the hands down, and pull those knees to outside of the arms, or resting on top of the elbows on the upper arm. And then just gently come forward a bit, lift one foot, and then the other. Strong pull in the abdomen. Parallel elbows. Squeeze elbows to knees, knees to elbows, and lift. Exhale, Malasana. One more time. Good. Come seated and bring your hands underneath your knees. Let's take a Navasana here, boat pose. So before we do that, let's pull the feet in, lift the chest, and rock forward so that you feel you're right on the leading edge of the sits bones. And lift one leg, and the other leg, and you're in boat. Lift the feet to eye level. Arms can come, palms face up by the knees. Exhale, let's lengthen the legs down to Ardha Navasana, balancing on the tailbone, the sacrum. Inhale, Navasana. Squeeze knees together towards chest. Exhale, Ardha Navasana. Tuck the chin, lengthen from the toes. Inhale, Navasana. Shaking is normal. Last one. Exhale, Ardha Navasana. Lengthen the spine. Reach the inner thighs down and away. Pull in the lower abdomen to lower ribs, and then exhale that back into boat. Good. Cross ankles, press hands on either side of the hips, lift the hips, and exhale down. One more Ardha Navasana. Hold those knees in. Cross the ankles the other way. Hands down, lift the hips and back down. And then let's roll onto our backs. Let's take a couple rolls here. So tuck the knees in and just roll on the spine. Being gentle. A playful movement. A couple more. Good. Right knee in, left leg long, left hand behind the body. We'll take Marichyasana A. So let's bring the right hand to reach towards the left toes, and then touch the knee to the upper arm. Bring that right arm wide, roll the thumb side down, top of the shoulder down, and then bend the elbow. Left hand comes around to a towel or a strap here, or to the fingertips, or grabbing the left wrist. And then lengthen the torso away as you pull the right knee in. So this is very activating for Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor. So pulling in on those inner thighs, inner arches of the feet, and then using that energy, that grounded energy from the legs to invigorate the spine. A couple more breaths here. Soften the face. Peace in the heart. Good. Exhale, release. Let's bring the knees together. A couple more rolls of the spine. Tuck the tail and roll back. And then we'll do the other side. Right leg long, left heel in. Right hand comes behind to support the back. And really try and bring that heel in as close to the glute. And have your strap or whatever helped you handy if you use that on the other side. So right quad is straight up and down. Left arm up by the ear. Exhale, reach towards the toes. And then once you're reaching, pull that left knee in to touch the top of the shoulder. Roll thumb side down, shoulder head down, and then bend the elbow. Back of the hand touches the outer hip, and then it grabs fingertips or your towel or strap. If you have the grasp, that left hand's grabbing the right wrist. And then look at your right quad again. Invigorate the inner thighs, pull up on both insteps of the feet. And then grow the spine, slight twist to the right. Soften the heart. And notice when you soften the heart, the voice, the mind goes soft as well. And exhaling, release, bring the knees in and then out wide. We'll take cobbler's pose. So outer edges of the feet touch, opening the feet like a book. And then if you need that support, if it's very strong on the groins, although you should be pretty warmed up by now, always you can have that option to support your knees. I like to create this into an active stretch, so pressing the knees down, lifting the heart and chest, and then pull the elbows back towards the waist. And that should really open the sternum area. And then leaning forward, come into a little forward bend here, leading with the sternum, knees wide. If you can bring your abdomen to your feet, then slowly breathe your way there. Find your edge. Good. Exhale. Let's rock it back and take a happy baby. So hands to either side of the, you can take peace fingers to toes or grab the outer foot. And then open the feet wide, bend the knees. Again, pressing the tailbone and low back into the mat. And then bring the left leg long and grab the right foot. So if you have the grab, that's awesome. If not, another awesome thing is using your strap. Get mine out for demo. So if you have the grab, pull that foot towards the face and lengthen the left leg. If you have a strap, bring the strap around the ball of the foot. And then press the inner thigh towards the front of the room. So a little bit more of an intense hamstring stretch here. And then notice what the right hip is doing. Can you lengthen the right hip and hip flexor down and bring a little more weight into the left leg? Inhale, pull the foot towards you, lift the head, touch the head to the knee, almost, and exhale down. Feel the difference between both sides. And then keep the right leg long as you bend to the left, and grab the foot or take a strap around the ball of the foot. And then roll both inner thighs down and away. If you have the grab on the foot and your shoulders are coming up a lot, then it's probably better to just take that strap or towel or what have you. So we're really getting into this hamstring as much as anything. Pull the abdomen down, press the sacrum in. Left hip is moving down and away, creating space in the low abdomen, groin area. Active quads. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Lift the head, pull the foot towards, knee towards the head. 3, 2, 1. And exhale, release. Drop the left leg. And just notice how you're feeling here. Okay. So yogi. For our finishing posture, we're going to do, you can go through headstand if you want. Shoulder stand is what I meant to say. Or I will lead you through bridge and inverted bow pose, okay? So for shoulder stand, folks, make sure you have a blanket under your shoulders, head off of the blanket, roll back into plow, place the hips in your hands and move the heel of the hand up the back. Really streaming, strong legs there. For back bend, folks, let's take a bridge prep here. Heels down towards the glutes. Roll the upper shoulders under. Tuck the tail, lift the hips, engage those quads. And you can take a clasp of the hands or pin the fingers underneath the heels. And then roll those inner thighs in as you lift the chest. So if you're in a shoulder stand, 10 breaths here. Bridge, take another 2 breaths. Exhaling down. We'll take another bridge. If you feel ready to go into inverted bow, go ahead. Bridge, folks, lift the hips, tuck the chin, raise the side ribs up. Another 3-4 breaths. Bow, inverted bow, ears, thumbs to ears, flip the palms. Elbows in. Beginners are just going to roll to the top of the head and work the quads together with the torso, or pressing all the way up. Let's find a version that feels opening. Shoulder stand, folks, if you haven't made your way to plow, go ahead. And rolling down in your Urdhva Dhanurasana. And then let's windshield wiper the knees. Place the feet long and thumbs underneath the sacrum, elbows down, forearms down. Let's come into fish pose. So press into the forearms, lift and roll the head back. Open up the mouth, stick the tongue out, cross the eyes. Lion's breath, one more time. Release the muscles in the face and neck. And then rolling out. So make your way into Shavasana. If you need a blanket under your knees or underneath your hamstrings, go ahead and take whatever will make you feel most comfortable. You can also use that same bolster blanket underneath the shoulders, the heart, to really open the heart. So palms face up, eyes, neck, and face are soft. Feet are slack. And breathing together, let's take an inhale. Let it all go, exhale. One more time, inhaling. Biggest breath all day. And little more. And exhale. Feel that relaxation slipping into our corpse pose. Just letting everything go down the river of our thoughts. Being here now. Bringing everything into the heart center, paying attention to the sensation of our breath, going deeper into the body. And staying here for about 5 more minutes of rest to reincorporate into the body this peace, serenity, and love. It's a pleasure sharing my practice with you today. Namaste.